back to day 6 of the DataWeave 30-day series. Today, we're exploring some of the core building blocks of DataWeave scripting: variables, functions, do-block scoping, and conditional logic. For clarity, I've divided this part into two sections to make the explanation easier to follow. In part 1 of day 6, we'll cover variables, functions, and do-block scoping, and in part 2, we'll cover variables, functions, and do-blocks and see how to reuse computed values efficiently through a practical example-driven script. By the end of this video, you'll be able to calculate dynamic values, reuse logic, and handle conditional outputs efficiently. Get your screens ready. We're diving into a hands-on, example-packed walkthrough. Let's begin with part 1, step 1, defining variables. We define variables using var, tax and discount % store constant values. Price after tax calculates the price including tax. Full name concatenates first and last names from the payload. Why variables? They make code dry, don't repeat yourself. You use var when you want to store a computed value and reuse it multiple times. Computations like price after tax can be reused multiple times. These variables are available throughout the body of the script. This keeps your code readable and avoids repeating calculations. Step 2. Creating reusable functions. Next, we define a few functions using the keyword fun. Add tax calculates the price including tax for any input price. Discount calculates a discount amount based on discount %. Functions encapsulate logic so you can call them anywhere, improving readability. Why functions? These are reusable pieces of logic. You pass arguments to a function and it returns a value. Just like Java or JavaScript, functions help clean up complicated calculations and keep your script modular. Step 3. Using do blocks for multi-step computations. Now let's check out the do block inside the function calculate total. A do block lets you create variables that only exist inside this block. They don't conflict with variables outside. Do blocks let you perform intermediate calculations before returning a final value. Here, we compute tax separately and then add it to the price, useful when a single expression isn't enough or when multiple steps are involved. Step 4. Combining everything in the output. Now let's look at the final JSON object that we return. Here we are using all the variables and functions we defined earlier. Full name is reused to build a greeting. Price after tax is used multiple times. Add tax, MySID, is called to compute tax dynamically. Discount shows how functions can use global variables and calculate total 200. Demonstrates a function with a do block inside. This is a great example of how var plus fun plus do blocks work together to keep your DataWeave clean, readable, and efficient. Part 2. Step 1. Understanding the user-defined function. Let's start with a simple reusable function called userActive. This function accepts a status and uses a match expression to return a message. This is cleaner than nested if-else. If the status is new, it returns create user. If the status is update, it returns update user. For anything else, it returns unknown with match. Each case is explicit, readable, and easy to extend. This is very handy to encapsulate logic in one reusable function. Step 2. Mapping over a list with a do block. Next, we have a list of countries. We want to greet each country in its local language, and then append DataWeave at the end. We use the map function and a do block to handle multiple conditions. Here, we loop over a list of countries. For each country, we define a temporary variable hello using var. Do block allows us to compute multiple steps inside a mapping. The case I separates the computed logic from the returned value. Finally, we return a string greeting like hola DataWeave or a default message if unknown. This pattern is very common in DataWeave for multi-step mapping inside a single expression. Step 3. Conditional logic based on payload values. Next, let's look at the conditional statement that checks a score from the payload. This is a classic if-else block returning objects. If the score is 50 or more, we generate a pass message. Otherwise, we generate a fail. And notice, we're also calling our userActive function inside both branches. This is a perfect example of function reusability. Step 4. Conditional variable for currency checks the my country variable. Returns a currency object based on the country USD, GBP or EUR. Demonstrates reusing variables in conditional statements, a common real-world pattern. Step 5. Wrapping it all together. This script demonstrates how to create functions, how to use match, how to use map with two blocks, how to build conditional logic, and how to combine everything into one JSON output. Best practices highlighted. Before we wrap up, here are some quick best practices. Use VR for reusable values, avoids repeating hard-coded data. Use fun for reusable logic, keeps the code dry. Use do blocks for intermediate computations inside map or complex logic. The readable conditionals, indent and separate logic clearly. Combine everything in an organized output object, makes JSON easy to understand. Keep your functions pure whenever possible. Name your variables clearly, your future self will thank you. And that wraps up day 6 of this DataWeave series. We've covered everything from variables, functions, and do blocks to conditional logic and dynamic outputs. These techniques will help you write clean, maintainable, and reusable DataWeave scripts for any real-world integration. In the next lesson, we'll continue building on this and transform even more complex structures. If you're enjoying the series, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and check the playlist for previous days.